Hello, my name is Torrance. I'm the UGA Extension Agent in Grady County. Today, I would like to share with you some of the work that Dr. Mark Abney and I did on three-cornered alfalfa hopper control and peanut. If you're not familiar with the test, three-cornered alfalfa hopper adult on your left and a nymph on the right. Nymphs can be green shade, such as this one pictured here, or also a gray color and some variations in between. Their damage on peanut is essentially girdling the stem, and they're feeding on the phloem that exudes above the girdling. In severe cases, they can completely sever the limb from the plant. At the top of the picture, you see an example of that. It's easy to understand where we could have yield losses in peanut from feeding from this insect. The adults are highly mobile. They fly well. Both the adult and the nymph feed on the plant. The nymphs pictured here, there's a larger nymph on the limb, and then if you look to the left of that nymph, closer to the palm of my hand, you'll see a very small green nymph, and it just is an example to show how difficult these insects can be to find in a peanut field, especially when we're trying to create our thresholds off of nymph populations. Very hard to scout for this insect. There are no official thresholds at the moment. It's just something that must be done in a closed, controlled environment where we have a known a known population of nymphs in a known area. Is very hard to do in an open field situation. Right now, growers and scouts are making decisions based off of nymph populations. Generally, they talk about 3 nymphs per row foot, and that's, again, we have no official threshold. That's just a number that has caught on, and there's very little insecticide efficacy data on three-cornered alfalfa hopper in peanut, which is one of the reasons we wanted to implement this trial in Grady County, really looking at 4 different insecticides. The first, diamond, which is a common insecticide used in peanut for caterpillar pest. We want to take a look at diamond because a well-known consultant in the state was reporting control of three-cornered alfalfa hopper when he was applying diamond for other pests. So we want to take a look at diamond, also bifenture or bifenthrin with warrior, which is lambda cyhalothrin. Both are pyrethroids and labeled for control of three-cornered alfalfa hopper. Savanto is also labeled, also has three-cornered alfalfa hopper on the label. We want to take a look at that product as well. Pictured on the right, you'll see our randomized complete block design. We had 4 replications in this study. The field of peanuts we sprayed in Grady County was variety of Georgia 16HO. They were planted April 25th. Our treatments were 2 rows wide, 30 feet long. We had 2 untreated rows in between plots. The treatments were sprayed approximately 47 days after planting. Dr. Abney came down and sprayed the plots himself with his CO2 backpack sprayer on the 11th. I recorded the number of three-cornered alfalfa hopper nymph in 6 feet of row. I did that 3 days after treatment and 6 days after treatment, and those data were subjected to analysis of variance and mean separated using Fisher's protected LSD. Here we get a look at the data. The blue bar represents the mean number of nymphs in 6 feet of row 3 days after treatment. The only treatment that completely separated from the untreated at 3 days was Savanto. The other treatments did not completely separate from the untreated nor themselves. 6 days after treatment, we find that Savanto is completely separated from the untreated check, as well as the other insecticide treatments we looked at here. Would also like to note that bifenthrin or bifenture completely separated from the untreated check at 6 days after treatment. Just another view at the data. This is the percent control of three-cornered alfalfa hopper by treatment. The 3 days after treatment, the blue bar, you'll see only Savanto completely separated from the untreated check at 95% control of the pest. At 6 days after treatment, again, Savanto completely separated from the rest of the treatments as well as untreated check at 100% control. Bifenthrin at 6 days after treatment looked a lot better. It was about 73% control of the pest. It completely separated from the untreated check. Did not separate itself statistically from the warrior treatment, but numerically we had better control there. I wanted to draw your attention to the diamond treatment. 6 days after treatment, we saw actually an increase population of three-cornered alfalfa hopper in that treatment. So we from this one test and this one set of data, it looks like diamond is not controlling the pest as reported. If we were just to look at those data, you would say, well, Savanto is the clear choice. We're controlling close to 100%, and why wouldn't growers use Savanto? When you look at the economics or the numbers behind the application, bifenthrin or bifenture is costing growers $3.13 for an application versus Savanto, which would be a $31 application per acre. So it's definitely something to consider before making an application to control three-cornered alfalfa hopper. Summarize what we found here. Again, we still don't have a threshold. It's not something that we could do in this open field situation. Dr. Abney does have some data to suggest a yield loss, so it's still something that's very important that we need to work on and find a solution for. Just like to note that a pyrethroid like bifenthrin or the warrior, we know that they have the ability to flare secondary pests like spider mites. So you really need to look at the whole situation of a field. Is it a dry land field, or has it been a dry year? Is it possible or likely that we might flare spider mites with a pyrethroid application? And then again, if we ever can nail down a threshold or a known yield loss associated with the pest, we'll be able to answer the big question: is Savanto worth the money? Is a $31 insecticide application worth the money, or are we saving enough yield to cover that cost? With that, I really appreciate Mr. Blake Stanlins, the grower in Grady County, allowed us to implement this trial, and the scout Daniel Stanlin, who found the populations and alerted us, and finally Dr. Mark Abney for all of his help in collaboration with this trial, and the UGA peanut team in general. I appreciate everything they've done for us here. So thank y'all.